Hi, this is Rami Basigi. In continuation of our learning Excel, we're learning about how to use formulas. This is how you have to enter formulas in every cell. Everything starts with equal sign, and you're telling Excel that you're entering into a formula. That is, now I can just say, let's say 12 plus 8. I just enter a formula 12 plus 8, and I get the answer. Or equal sign 20 minus 9, or equal sign 4 times 2, or equal sign 40 divided by 2. Control accent, which is right above the tab and to the left of 1, shows your formulas all the time. What I did was I just pressed equal sign and I entered the numbers in here. And this is how we got our information. Now let's say, assuming that we do have values in a queue, let's say 4, 6, 9, 10, okay. I could also say equal sign, take my value, in this case Q5, plus, let's say, Q6. This is using cell references, okay? Now, these are the values we entered. This is our first original formulas, and this says Q5 plus Q6, right? Now let's try this one. Let's say we would like to subtract this minus this one. Okay, so I'm subtracting cell Q7 minus Q6. It's using the cell references. Now, since we know how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide, we are going to use a spreadsheet by ABC Company, and you are the new analyst and they ask you to just complete the spreadsheet for them. That means first they're asking you to just format your spreadsheet, and then let's format the spreadsheet and then go right ahead, find the values that's in shaded areas. Click and drag from A to G, and we merge and center, and we are going to make it 20 and bold, and same thing. All right, got rid of these header, and now projected cells is given as 3%, so we would like to have that one percentage. Now we do have a heading here, so why don't we just first do a word wrap, then we make it boldface, and then make this one same thing, bold. Now let's give it a background color. I'm clicking, dragging it, then I'm holding my control key down, drag the rest of it, okay? And I'm gonna use these, so that's actually looks good. Yeah, maybe these two also. Okay, just our worksheet looks good. These are our current inventory for our products, and we have quantity sold, price. In this case, this is a currency. Why don't we just use the value of currency for that one? So format it to currency. Remaining inventory will be just a number. The total sales, however, and projected sales for next month are all going to be currency. So we just use currency for that. Okay. Now we are set and ready to go. So let's find out our formulas in this. Remaining inventory. That's equal sign. We're entering into a formula. Our current inventory minus quantity sold. Enter. Okay, that's much in inventory left. So now we would like to copy this formula all the way down to find out for all of our products. So if you notice there's a little handles on the side, on the lower right hand corner, it looks like a solid box, small box. So if I bring my mouse cursor, it turns into a plus. I can click and drag this one, this handle, and that copies the formula down. Or the easiest way is a shortcut. You can double click, it will automatically copies the formulas for you. Notice on in here that it says B7 minus the C7, which is this minus this. And if I go down, it says B8 minus the C8, which is current inventory of 2000 minus quantity sold of 300. That gives us 1700, and so on and so forth. It goes right down. Now, total sales. In this case, let's calculate our total sales. Equal, and sales is quantity sold times the price. So quantity sold multiplication is the price, D7. Press enter. Now it's showing up as my total sales. Again, we want to copy it all the way down for all of our products. And here it is. We have all of our products for each one of our products. Now, projected sales. So management decided we have to have 3% more than what it is for this month as our projected sales. It looks like we take the current sale that we have, multiply it by 1.3 to find the value for the next month. So equal sign, current sale, multiply by 1 plus the projected sales in this case. Close parentheses, equal, all right, I'll get my expected projected sales like that. But if I take my handle right here and copy it down, see what happens. We have an issue in here. It shows up as value, that means it is not correct. And that is because instead of taking the 3%, it's taking B6. What is the value of B6? It says current inventory. So 1 plus current inventory does not make sense. How can we correct this? How can we fix? Just say we would like to freeze only this cell and doesn't change in our formula. In order to do this, what you have to do, go to your original formula, right where the B4 is, in the middle, press F4, function 4. And when you press function 4, it puts $2 signs behind each one of those row and column in this case. That is, now this cell is frozen. If I have $sign only B, it will freeze my column. If only behind my row, it will freeze my row. But in this case, when I have both, that means freeze the cell. Enter. And now I'm just going to copy this formula. And sure enough, we got 3% sales for next month, which should amount this much that we expected. Now let's put the totals here. Total for the month. In this case, we can also use auto sum. That's the total for this month. And automatically is created for the next one anyway. So we can make it bold. So now our spreadsheet looks good. This is projected sales for next month, and this is sales for this month. And be presenting the company with the spreadsheet that they ask us to complete for them. There's another thing. One of the functions is a useful function. It is a Vlookup function, and that is it's like a search engine type of thing. So it's extremely fast. If you have a huge table and you're looking for a product or values within the row, this is the easiest way to find. But the caveat is the table has to be sorted based on the first value. Let's take a look at the VLOOKUP function. If I click on function, it's automatically put my equal sign and the VLOOKUP's right there. It looks for value in the leftmost column and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify, which is, in this case, we are interested to find the letter grade. What is it that I'm looking for? I'm looking for whatever thing that I'm inputting here under grade. And what table array I am looking for this area, okay, which is, I defined it before as grade. What is it that return value is supposed to be in that row? When you find the value, let's say if I put 60 here, I find the value, I want you to return D for me, which is the second, not the first one, second column. So I want to find second column. And then range lookup. Is that exact lookup? Am I always putting 0, 60, 65, 70, 75, and so on and so forth? No. Some of the students can have, let's say, 92, 87, and somewhere in between, but it is not exact lookup. So in here says exact match is equal to false, and if you want the closest match for the column will be used as true value. So I'm just going to use true value in this case. I say, okay. Now, if I enter a value, let's say I enter 92, press enter. Sure enough, 92 is between 90 and 95 should be a value of A. If it is 94.5, still value of A because it's not 95. If it is, let's say 99, of course, is A plus. Let's try something like 51. That person unfortunately got F. Let's say someone got 88. It's a B plus. So VLOOKUP is very useful and at the same time extremely easy to work with and very fast search. If you have a million records and you want to find the values, this is how you can do a search on that one. Okay, now that we know how to use formulas, let's use our knowledge into a practical problem. First Finance Bank. You're an analyst with the First Finance Bank, a company that finances land development in the state of Montana. With your background in business, you plan to create a series of worksheets that will help analyze and manage customers' accounts. For each customer, you will calculate the amounts financed, the periodic interest rate, the total number of payment periods, monthly payments, and other details. You will then create a separate worksheet with additional input data to automate calculation for future loans. This is the spreadsheet that we created so far. These are our accounts, how much the land cost, their acreage, and they're willing to pay down payments for it. All right, let's find out how much, and let's find out all the statistical summary that we can find for this accounts. For amount, equal sign, amount financed, that means land cost minus your down payment. equal. That's the amount financed. Now let's copy it down. Now let's say rates per month. This is annual rate that they have per month. That means divided by 12. So, or number of payments that we have. In this case, we have payments per year, 12 payments per year. So, interest rate divided by payments rate. Use F4. Okay. So now it becomes absolute. Then copy it down. Enter. Copy it down. Right? Now, number of payments period. In our period is 15 years, everything based on monthly. So we have 12 payments per year. That makes it equal sign. There are 15 years, 12 payments per year. Okay, so 15 years multiplied by our payments. Remember, that has to be bit of cell reference, absolute cell reference. Enter, so 180 for 15 years. And rest of them. And the percentage of finance is equal sign. For the percentage of finance, we need to know the amount financed you divided by land cost. So the amount that is financed divided by amount of land cost equal sign 63%. Then we copy the rest of the formula all the way down. And okay, now we have to find the payoff year. Payoff year is equal the year for date financed plus the term of our finance, number of years that we have. In this case, 2016 plus 15 years, that should be 2031. So let's write it down as equal sign. Since we're doing the formula, use the year function, close parentheses, plus the year in here, 2031. And we copy it all the way down so we know when the maturity year is, the payoff year. Now the totals, in this case, let's have the totals for land cost and for down payment, and say equal sign, sum, click and drag it, close, then down payment, equal sign, sum, close parentheses, enter. So that gives you the total for the land cost and total of down payments. Now the average, we're using a function called average. If you don't know it, you can always go ahead, click on the function and then typing average, say go, and that will come up as average. And now what we are looking for is, in this case, average land cost, okay, equal, receive on average. For median, same thing. We don't know the formula, we create it. So we call it median for the land cost. Okay. Lowest or min function for the same. And the highest, which is our max value, maximum value. Okay. And number of loans. Count the number of loans that we have. Count the accounts number in this case. So we just do count. In this case, we're looking for count the number of loans that we have, or accounts that I have in this case. There are 5 loans, 5 accounts that I have. Same thing for average. I can copy all of these by pressing copy and do a paste. And also we have for the down payments. So this is a practical spreadsheet or case for the things that we learned for using formulas. All right, let's move on to a next step in our first finance company, and that is to calculate monthly payment. In order to calculate monthly payments, we have to find the interest rate and monthly payments for that one. We're going to use the monthly payment function, and then we're going to use Vlookup to find interest rate. In order to find interest rate, we have to use Vlookup. So we have for 15 years, 2.75%. Let's say for 25 years, 3.75%. Since we don't know how many years they are, we like to use Vlookup. If you want to use Vlookup, use the insert function. Value that you're looking up for is the years. Table array would be this. And don't forget, your table array must be a fixed cells. So F4 and then F4. And what column has to be returned? The rate has to be returned, which is the second column of that table. 1, 2. So second. And what is it that we're looking for? We're looking exact match. So find an exact match must be false in this case. Okay. And now we have our interest rate for each one of our clients. We just copy our formula down by double clicking it, and every row will be populated. Now, next step is to find monthly payment. In order to find monthly payments, we have to use insert function, and it is a payment function. And if you're not sure about payment function, there it is. You just type in and it finds the recommendation for the PMT, which calculates the payments for a loan based on a constant payments and a constant interest rate. What is my rate? My rate is 2.75 in this case, or G9. But remember, it is an annual rate. It has to be given in terms of monthly because we have 12 payments per year. So divided by 12. And next one would be my total number of payments for the loan. In this case, would be my years multiplied by, again, this number of payments, which is 12. And now remember that our payments is F4, okay? And the present value, the total amount that a series of a future payment is worth now. In this case, we just have to put in our amount financed, and our amount financed would be 90,000 or D9. And the rest of them are optional that we're not going to use. Click on OK, and the amount will showing up as 610 in a negative. That means that's the amount that we have to pay. Go back to your formula right up here, and you put a negative behind that and press enter, what gives you the positive means this is the amount that you have to pay every month for this loan. Now, copy this formula down. Okay, so this is going to be our um, monthly payment. Hopefully this helps you out with this session, and just go back and try to look our other sessions. Hopefully they will help you out with learning Excel on Office 365.